I'll start over. Good evening, Springfield. Welcome to the Township of Springfield Planning Board meeting for June 25th. Adequate notice has been given in accordance with the Sunshine Laws. Notice was published on June 13th in the local source, which is the official newspaper of the Township of Springfield for 2024, posted on the Annex Building on June 13th, 2024. Let's do a salute to the flag, please. I
pledge allegiance
to the flag
of the United States of America
and
to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, can we do a roll call?
Committeeman Rich Huber.
It's not turning on though.
Committeeman Alex Kaiser.
Yes.
Okay.
Here.
Mr. David Barnett.
Here.
Ms. Marissa Ruggiero. Here. Mr. Aaron Lawfer. Here. Mr. Richard Cedarquist. Here. Ms. Julie Tomeo. Here. Mr. Brian Canzagallo, running late. Mr. Scott Wishna.
Here.
Vice Chair Sharon Kessel. Here. And Chairman Jeff Tiger.
Yes, here.
Quorum.
Perfect. Okay, so first order of business is an attendance policy. We talked about this last meeting, now that I know that everyone's will be here. So the township has an attendance policy that everyone needs to familiarize himself with. Jen's gonna send it out, but basically, in a nutshell, is you cannot miss more than 3 meetings in a row. If you have an excuse or something comes up, before the meeting, please make sure you email Jen and copy me. What we would like is, if you have something that comes up, not a problem, just email us on the Friday, which will be basically 72 hours before the meeting, and, assuming that, it's not habitual, it'll be excused. If it's on the Monday before the meeting, that'll be something that the board will collectively decide. So Jen's gonna send out a copy of the township attendance policy. Any questions with it? No? Okay, we don't typically have a problem. We have no room for everyone up on the board, so it's a good sign. We have people committed and very interested in this. So if anyone has any questions, just make sure Jen will send it out, and our attorney can help you understand it. And for the record, Mr. Cantagallo was here at 6:03. Perfect. Next thing is, we have an application that's coming before this board that has issues with some of our dates and schedules. The temple on the corner of Mountain and Shunpike has asked that we work with them. There are, for some reason, our dates conflict with some of the, maybe less religious holidays for some folks, but more religious for other folks. So I wanted to get the board's thoughts on moving our August meeting to August 15th and our September meeting to September 12th. It will not cost the township any money. The applicant is going to pay for the notice fee, so it won't cost anything. It is non-for-profit, so that's why there won't be a special meeting this way. So I wanted to because we've moved so many dates around for other things, I just want to make sure the board's comfortable with it. So I'm just going to.
Can you repeat the dates?
It would be August 15th and September 12th. So if we have a quorum and everyone's okay, if anyone can't be there. September 12th? Yeah, September 12th. If anyone can't be there, we will excuse it because we're moving dates around. So if you tell me now that, you can't be there, it'll be excused. Yes.
Are those being moved from different dates or additional special meetings?
It would just be moved from the original meeting, but if it doesn't work for the board, then we will not do it. We'll have to figure out some other options.
I can't be here for the September meeting. I can be there for the August meeting.
Same. I can make August, but not September.
Thursdays for me.
So what we will do is, seeing that, anyone else concerns? So that's 1, 2, I have a problem. So it's 4. Let's go back to the applicant. We're meeting again on July 8th. We'll come up with some other dates for that.
So we're meeting on July 8th, so now keeping the 12th.
Yeah, keep everything the way it is. I just wanted to discuss it because, again, the reason for discussion was that people have an issue with it. Maybe we'll try to work with them on one and see where the path of least resistance is, to maybe get one of them there. But we'll go from that standpoint. But right, as of now, our next meeting is July 8th, as of now. Okay, next thing is application. This is a remand for reconsideration from the judge from our litigation. This is Outfront Media 8-2022S, 11 Edison Place, Block 210, lots 1 and 9, for the reconsideration of preliminary and final site plan for a conditional use multimedia sign. So let me give everyone a little update. So obviously everyone knows that Outfront Media filed a complaint against us beginning of January, January 4th, 5th, whatever date that was. From this time, our council has been working with them on a resolution to this matter. They filed answers, they went to court, had a lot of discussions, and the judge at our last case management conference remanded it back to us with a couple considerations for us to look at, as well as Outfront offered to eliminate the sign on 1 South Springfield Avenue. I don't know what the lot and block number is, but it's in the record. And then swap the signs that we give them the sign on Edison Place. There's letters that are attached in your plan that talk a little bit about this from Outfront's counsel and our counsel, as well as some review letters from our engineers and planners. So I think that's it. What we're going to do is we're going to enter in every transcript, every record from our prior meetings. I'm going to read them out loud if I have them. So, Matt, do I have to do that, or can we just assume that everything's in the record from all the other meetings?
I mean, the public hearings were on January 30th, 2023, June 5th, 2023, September 7th, 2023, and October 2nd, 2023. So all transcripts related to that and all testimony is within this matter now.
Perfect. And then also attached is Julie is our new board member. Where is she? And she certified with a absent member certification that she read the transcript and she signed it with notarization. Julie, is this your signature and you can confirm this issue?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Is that okay with you? Okay, perfect. Okay, so let's get moving right along. Counselor, do you want to come up? We're going to have a very brief discussion. If everyone recalls, the last application, the board conceded to 20 out of the 21 conditions of approval. The only thing that we had some discussion was on visibility. I understand Mike Disco's on the phone. Talked to a little bit about this. The only issue that was concerned was visibility on that sign and how it would affect our residents. So if you want to come up and introduce the application, then I want to turn it over to Mike to do it.
That one's better? Can you hear me with this one?
Gail likes to be in front of everyone, so.
And I've never been accused of not being heard. Gail Price from the law firm of Price, Smith, Shulman, and Dorminio in Woodcliff Lake. And we're appearing, as the chair said, back on remand by consent order from Law Division, Union County, on behalf of Outfront Media. We are back under what's known in the law as changed circumstances for this board to consider looking at the application again as a reconsideration. The primary focus would be, as the chair said, the swap of the signage that is presently downtown in a much more residential area to the signage at 11 Edison, which is along, as you know, runs along the frontage of an interstate highway, specifically I-78. So we've worked, our engineer with your engineer, and our planner is also out, but we have our other planner here tonight. So I think we have 2 people available by phone. And so we've tried to hash everything out. We've worked with your attorney on this issue since the consent order, and we have engineering, planning, and our Outfront rep here to confirm any answers that the board has, any questions. Once you hear from your professionals, we're happy to reconfirm any issues that the board has.
Perfect. I'm going to do this a little differently. I'm going to have our professionals talk about that. I know there was a meeting between the minds of the engineers last week.
That's great.
Mike is on the phone. Mike, I'm going to move the microphone over to the phone. If you can just, I'm going to ask you to just talk a little bit about the meeting and really address the visibility issue.
Good evening, everybody. I hope you can hear me.
We can now, loud and clear.
I did have a meeting with, Zoom meeting with Mike Tantala of Tantala Associates. We reviewed the drawing, specifically at drawing SKB, which shows the 35-foot spread and 50-degree cone of vision from each face. and that utilizing what I call light mitigating technology. I think Michael uses light blocking technology as the descriptor. This technology will cut off the display of the billboard beyond the 50-degree angle from each face, so that anything outside of that angle will not be visible at all. And only within that cone will you have visibility of the billboard. The angle and the spread and the location have zero impact to any residential properties looking to the east or traveling west. And looking west or traveling east, it touches 2 residential properties on the limit of the 50-degree angle. And so other than a 10-foot issue there, it doesn't have any visibility to residential structures. Those 2 properties that we're talking about also, we're talking about the edge of the building as opposed to windows, and then there's other mitigating factors for the majority of the year that also limit the visibility. We also reviewed some of the exhibits that showed the technology of the individual elements of the billboard display and how the light blocking technology would be affixed to the billboard structure to limit that and to block out the light. So I feel very comfortable with the description of it and the operation of it, and I'm here to answer any questions or join in the discussion.
So Mike, I'm going to ask you one, and then also, then we'll open up to the board. There's also, I think you went out there and saw there's a tremendous amount of vegetation there. Is that correct? That would help with this as well, for any.
Yes, there's vegetation between the proposed billboard location at 11 Edison Place and Spring Mill Manor on both sides of Main Street. The vegetation is going to be there, substantial vegetation, from probably April through November-ish. And you also, again, only have about a 10-foot inclusion of the building, perhaps one window on the second story of Spring Mill Manor. That building is situated below Main Street, so any first floor property is looking literally out into the side of the embankment of the road. So you're only talking about the upper story at that.
Okay, and
That
no, I was going to say, so your testimony is that this plan now is the best option for us, minimizing the visibility for our residents.
the utilization of the light mitigating technology, the change of the spread of the faces, and the cone of vision limitation minimizes any exposure to a residential property. Even saying that, it's what impact a window visibility is even less than the building extent.
Perfect. Let me open up to the board, because I know you're calling in from far away. Aaron? No questions. Richard?
No question.
David? Sharon?
No questions.
Any questions?
No.
Scott?
I'm good.
Richard? Brian? Okay, so seeing no questions, if you could still stay on, because in case any members of the public at one point in time, do you mind having your engineer coming up to testify to that conversation, that it took place, and same recollections, because Mike's away, it would be helpful? You were sworn in, again, you need to swear him again, or is he still under oath?
I'd like to swear him in again, but he won't have to be requalified.
Sorry, I haven't actually put my appearance on the record yet. Matthew Weiss, Price Me, Shulman, and Dominio.
All right, if you raise your right hand, do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Can you state your name for the record?
Michael W. Tantella,
Uh,
Tantala.
Okay, Mr. Tantella, I just want to state for the record, you've previously appeared before the board on this application, and you've offered your qualifications at that point in time?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
I just have one question for you, and then your counsel can ask very short questions. What Mike said, Mr. Disco, is that correct? Everything he said from the discussion of your meetings together?
Yes, sir, Chairman Tiger.
I have nothing.
Okay. Just very briefly, Mr. Tantala, you're aware of the letter that Chairman Tiger referred to earlier from Gail to Mr. Tavares?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And did you meet with Mr. Disco in advance of today's meeting?
Yes, sir.
And do you agree with the report he just gave that the light blocking technology will minimize to the biggest extent possible any theoretical risk on residences nearby?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Last question. Is it your testimony, therefore, as it was in October, that the site plan, which is already in the record as A16, and the view shed exhibit, which the board has in front of them but was already marked as A15, conform with the billboard ordinance?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
In my professional opinion.
No further questions.
Then let me go through Aaron. Richard?
No question.
David? Nope. Sharon?
No.
Alex?
No.
Julie? No. Brian? Scott? Richard? Okay, seeing none, that's perfect. Let's bring up let me just go through the planner. Mike, can you just go through, I know you issued a letter to us. I just would like you to tell the board a little bit about whether it's the sound planning from moving the billboard from a residential area to a commercial area.
Sure.
Mike Disco, if you can stay on, only because it'll be quick. We can't get him off.
You gotta pay his phone bill.
I would keep them on.
Still here.
I have to keep you on until we should be over in 10, 15 minutes. Sorry, Mike.
Very quickly, Chairman, we agree with Mike Disco's comments and support them. We believe in the township's best interest and our residential community's best interest by swapping out the sign, removing the sign from the residential area, and relocating it and placing it along I-78 Interstate Highway, where it is zoned for this use. So that's the first one. The second one is, I don't want to repeat Mr. Disco's comments or his testimony, but the light mitigating technology being added into this application further protects the interest of the residents, and the residents in this case only being the one corner of the building on Spring Mill Manor. So that, coupled with, as you can see on your exhibit, the substantial amount of mature large vegetation that exists between the billboard and Spring Mill Manor, is just one additional level of protection for those residents. So based on all of that and these exhibits, we support this. We think it's based on sound planning that the board moves forward with this.
No question.
David? Nope. Sharon?
No.
Ido? Brian? Scott? Richard?
No.
Okay. Do you want to have your planner?
He is on the phone.
Oh, he's on the phone, that's right. Okay, so it's the ET phone home again. What is his name?
George Williams.
Okay, so how do we swear him in?
He was previously
Sworn in.
Okay, so if you can just give the board a little bit of your professional opinion on the planning, and what our planner said, that would be helpful, and then we can.
Was that for me, Mr. Chairman?
Yeah.
Certainly. Good evening, Commissioners. My name is George Weedle Williams, serving as the planner for this site plan application. I had a chance to review your board professionals' review memo dated June 24th, and I agree with the assessment therein.
Perfect. You have any questions for him?
Very quickly.
You may want, I don't know.
Yeah, George, can you hear me? No.
I can.
You can. Okay, great. I'll project. So, Mr. Williams, did you read the letter I just referred to from Ms. Price to Mr. Tavares?
Yes, I did.
Okay, you can. Okay. And did you hear all the testimony?
I did.
Do you agree that the plan that was presented in October and we're still sticking with today is compliant with the billboard ordinance?
I do.
Okay, and you already said this, but just to reconfirm, do you agree that the relocation of the sign at 1 South Springfield Avenue to Edison Place is good planning?
I do, for all the reasons that Mr. Disco mentioned and in the board planners.
Okay, thanks. Nothing else.
Counselor, can you ask him to confirm his testimony from the prior hearings?
Oh,
Sure.
sure. You heard the question, Mr. Williams. Can you confirm your testimony from the prior hearings?
Can you say it one more time?
Can you confirm your testimony from the prior hearings?
Yes, I can, Mr. Chairman.
Yeah, that's,
Okay, great. Okay. Brian, any questions? Richard? Scott?
No.
No questions? Okay. Seeing none, the only thing I'd like you to bring up is the person from out front to talk about the demolition of the sign that we
Yep.
discussed. So if you guys can just hang on for probably another 5 minutes. Sorry. Hopefully it was an 800 number.
No worries, will do.
good evening. Raise your right hand.
No issue.
You swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Can you please state your name for the record?
John Antal, A-N-T-A-L, from Outfront Media.
Okay, and Mr. Antal, I also understand that you previously provided testimony.
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Okay, very quickly, John, can you just remind the board who you are?
Yes, I'm the general manager for Outfront Media's New Jersey operation.
Thanks. Okay. Are you aware of the letter that we've been talking about all night?
Yes, I am.
And you read that?
I did.
Okay, so is it true that Outfront is willing to relocate the signs it owns, this sign, sorry, it owns and operates at 1 South Springfield Avenue to the subject property, 11 Edison Place?
Yes, it is.
And is Outfront intending to conform this Edison Place sign to the site plan that's been marked as A16 and was submitted to the board before the October meeting?
Yes.
And is Outfront committing to use the technology that was detailed in A15 and discussed by both Mr. Disco and Mr. Chantala?
Yes, we are.
Okay. A few other cleanup things. We talked about at previous hearings, what we call protocols A and B. Those are in the record.
Yes, they are.
Is Outfront still intending to offer that to the township?
Yes.
As a public service?
Absolutely, yes.
And that includes the Board of Education?
Yes, it does.
Okay. Mr. Chairman, if you have other questions about the demolition, go ahead. But
Yeah, so I know that if this application is approved, you would need to apply for a demo permit, which I know was discussed.
Yeah.
I think the board would like, and I'm sure it's outlined in the resolution, all best efforts to get that done prior to school.
That is our intention, yes.
And if not, there are certain conditions in the resolution that between 7 and 8:30 and 2 and 3:30, that, that you can't work during those times. If it's
Understood, and we would abide by the resolution.
The only thing that I know that we omitted, which I would like to add in there, would be that you would notify the township 5 days in advance of taking down the billboard, so that way they could notify the school, so they're aware.
We will abide by that.
Is that fine?
That is fine.
Which is good. Any members of the board with any questions? No? Nope, okay. So I'm going to close this part of, to the public portion, remand it back to the board for some questions and concerns. I know everyone, so basically, what the board would be doing is approving the application within a certain period of time, which is outlined in the resolution. They're going to work to obtain a demo permit, apply for a building permit for their current sign that they would like to put on Edison Avenue, as well as they cannot start construction on Edison Avenue until all structures above ground are gone. Edison Place, sorry. Everyone have a chance, because this outlines the conditions. If they want to take a quick moment, did everyone get a chance to review it on the?
Don't forget to open the
Yeah, I know I need to open up for the public. I just wanted to have a chance for us to talk
Yes,
first.
flipping pages.
Yes, great. Okay, seeing none, I'm going to take this opportunity to open this matter up to the public. Anyone that wished to speak on this application, 8-2022S, please come forward. Don't rush up all at once. Seeing none, I'm going to close this matter to the public and go back to the board. So basically, the plan is tonight we would approve the application and memorialize the resolution tonight, as well as give them the ability to waive readings so they can apply for their building permits. So the conditions are, you know, just as I said, they have to apply for a demo permit. I mean, it's outlined in the resolution. They have to notify the township within 5 days, and there's requirements that they may have to have police, directing traffic, and so forth. That's all part of the demo permit. Nothing to do with the town, nothing to do with the planning board. They cannot start the construction on Edison Place without getting a clear that everything's, all above structures are taken care of. I'm trying to see what else was conditions.
Chairman, there's a condition of dismissal of the litigation
Yep.
with respect to that.
Yes, within no later than 7 days after all appeal processes expired, a stipulation of dismissal before the litigation would be filed on behalf of the Superior Court. I know that the board secretary will publish this resolution tomorrow, hopefully in the paper a few days later, and the appeal process will start from that point. And that the Board of Ed and the township can utilize the billboard based upon spaces needed. And if there's ever a 911 situation that trumps everything, that the police will work out. And I think you agreed to like a meeting with a representative from the police department, our business administrator, and the superintendent of schools, or whoever their designee, to kind of educate them on the process. Yes. So I think that's it.
You sent them to me, I can forward them along.
That's perfect. John B., the business administrator, will own that process, which is great. So, seeing none, does anyone want to make a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion for the approval of application 8-22S, Outfront Media, at 11 Edison Place, blocks 210, lots 1 and 9. This is for a reconsideration of preliminary and final site plan conditional use for a multi-dimensional sign.
Second.
Have a roll call, please.
Mr. Barnett?
Yes.
Vice Chair Sharon Kessel?
Yes.
Committeeman Huber?
Yes.
Committeeman Kaiser?
No.
Ms. Ruggiero?
Yes.
Mr. Laufer?
Yes.
Mr. Cedarquist?
Yes.
Ms. Tomeo?
Yes.
And Chairman Tiger?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Perfect. Can I, at the same time, and Matt, Mike, you guys can hang up now. You both can hang up, right?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, George.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Thanks, Mike.
Everybody.
Take care. Everyone had a chance to review the said resolution?
Yes.
If I can just get a motion that we adopt said resolution, at the same time, give them the ability to waive reading.
So moved.
Second.
Got it fast.
Mr. Barnett?
Yes.
Vice Chair Kessel?
Yes.
Committeeman Huber? Committeeman Kaiser? Ms. Ruggiero? Mr. Laufer? Mr. Cedarquist?
Yes.
Ms. Tomeo?
Yes.
And Chairman Tiger?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Gives them to waive reading so they can go apply for your building permit as quick as possible and work with the township. The only thing that's different from what I signed is that they have to provide notice within 5 days. 5 days. So that'll get edited. So here it goes. Okay, so that's it. Good luck. Congratulations. The next meeting is July 8th, and it will be at 6:30 in this room, at 6. Can I have a motion to, actually, any members of the public that wish to speak on any business that comes before us? Seeing none, we'll close this portion, and I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.